What is going on, everybody? We're testing out a new system because we can. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear and everything is good to go on your end. If it is, that is super good. I am happy for that. I hope everybody's well. Did you miss me? I mean, we haven't had a Sunday night stream in a very long time. It feels like forever. But with the holidays and everything else going on, we had the Beardies, and the Beardies were fantastic. So thanks for everybody that watched that. So let's say hey to some people that are in here: Chops Bearded, Pete White, Strickland, Jason, Joshua, Jared, Matt, Mick or Ryan, Weltimus Prime, Mason, Jason, Joshua, Scott, Mike, Dagan. How is it going, everybody? It has been a crazy month. I don't know if you guys had a crazy month or not, but it seems like with school and the holidays and work and everything going on in the world, it's just been such a crazy month. What's up, Boston Bearded? Disney, man, sorry about those Dolphins. The Chiefs lost too. It was a sad day. It was a very sad day today. So how's everybody doing? Let's talk Christmas. Let's talk New Year's. I know, one of the things that has always bothered me about like Christmas and New Year's is it's like this big, huge build up, this social or marketing ploy. It almost seems like, and then like the day after Christmas comes, and if you for us, we're like blacked out. We have to work. So it's like Christmas comes, everybody's, oh, Merry Christmas and all this stuff. And then like the next day, it's like, oh, back to work, nothing changed. It's just forget that anything happened, and so that always bugs me. What's up, James? How you doing? Let's see, what would we hear? Oh, Boston Scally. It's a knockoff Boston Scally. It's like a Boston Scally, but it was a $10 special on Amazon, so I always like that. You don't want to come say hey to everybody? No, too shy. So this is, the night before kid goes back to school, so it's kind of interesting for her. But yeah, so Mason, did you get a vlogging kit or something? You'll have to text me and figure that out. But did everybody have like a good time with family or anything like that? Anything fun for New Year's? This year, Aubrey and I kind of just spent the Christmas together. I think we went to grandma's. This is the hard part about talking about it, is it was literally 2 weeks ago and I can hardly remember it. Oh, it was a week ago. And I can't remember it. What's up, Jim? How you doing, man? So it's been tough to remember, and then just everything that's been going on in the world, in the community, and everything else. It's just been crazy. And I thought, for me, it was better to just step away from live streams for a little bit and to spend time with the family and getting everything situated back to where I am thinking clearly and I'm in the right mindset with everything. And we're there. The Beardies kind of put me back there of like, okay, I love the people. I love you guys and everybody that supports. And you come to realize, like, it doesn't matter if you have 100 people in here, 300 people in here, or 10 people in here. That the people that are in here are here to see you and hang out with you and chill with you. And that's realistically the only thing that matters. And, I think over some time, getting messages about Sunday Night Heat and why it's not going on and things like that kind of just, they touch the heart a little bit, It's like, okay, people want to hang out and chat and things like that. So, what's up, cousins? Mike, Ryan, everybody. I've missed Gabe. Hope you guys are all well. But Is Melon better than StreamYard? This is the first time I've ever used Melon. Um, so I wanted to try it out and see before I paid for it because I pay for StreamYard. I actually do kind of like it right now. We'll see how it goes at the end of the stream. But yeah, so Melon, powered by Melon. Melon is another web based streaming service. It's the same thing as StreamYard, but a different brand, basically. So it's a different brand of StreamYard. And I wanted to try it out because I saw it on a tech channel. They were using it. I kind of liked having the name up in the upper right-hand corner instead of the bottom, so it's not getting covered up by, anything scrolling or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try Melon out tonight and see how it does. And if it does good, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to pay for it because they do they have better stuff for a cheaper price. So like StreamYard, for like the bottom plan that you get the good stuff for that tier, it's like $25 a month. This is only $15 a month, but if you pay for a year at a time, you get it for $150. And that just comes out way cheaper than StreamYard and to do realistically the exact same thing and actually give 1080p. So I just wanted to try it before I paid for it and see how it works. And so far, it's the exact same thing, just laid out a little bit different. And you have a few different things that you can change around. So I don't know, though, if it looks like I'm dodging things, like maybe I'm getting some air bullets shot, but realistically, my camera is like right here. So I'm trying to avoid the camera to look at the comments. So I'm trying to figure out how, I don't know if I can show. Like I don't know if I can show a comment on the screen. That might be the hard thing. Like if I click on one, it doesn't show it. I can pin, but I can do that on YouTube. Okay, so actually what I kind of do like about it is the comments that are coming in here. If you use StreamYard, the comments are different. They're filtered through StreamYard. The comments that are coming in are directly from YouTube at the exact same time. I have my YouTube chat right here, my Melon chat right here. It's the exact same chat, same color, same everything exactly the same. And they actually come through at the same time. So this is actually really cool. This is, in my opinion, after 7 minutes of streaming, this is better than StreamYard. We'll say that. Except for I don't see how many people are in the chat. But I don't know. I mean, it seems better. I got the actual real YouTube chat rather than StreamYard. So that's pretty cool. I can super chat myself. That's awesome, I guess. So, and I realize beta's on, and I didn't even think about that. So beta, if you watch this at some point, I will message you as soon as this is over. But I apologize. I didn't mean to step on your time slot or anything like that. But it's going to be, I don't know if it'll be from me or not, fully. I mean, the channel is just me at this point. And so, yeah, I don't see a way. Oh, you feel like it's more crispy than StreamYard. Cool. And this is only 720. I'd have to do 1080. I'd have to upgrade to do 1080. So maybe I'll deal with it. I can't see any, I can't put any, comments on the screen that I can see, but maybe I can message them and work with it and see. But right now I don't see a way to do it. But I like that you can change I feel like the banner is a little bit better. And more, I don't know. I just seem to like it a little bit better, but we'll see. And I've never had anybody on here either, like as a guest. So I don't know how the guests are going to be. Like I can pop here. If anybody has a camera handy and wants to come in, here you go. You just click that. And it's the exact same thing as StreamYard. You should just be able to type in your name and join in. I don't know. We'll find out. But so it was discovered. I want to try it out and see. I think everybody uses StreamYard, and I saw this one that looks like a lot of the same thing, but maybe more potential. So figure we'd try it out. So Tim, how you doing, man? Smelly Turtle, how you doing? And you can see that his name's in green. He's got the little green mark there because he's a backer of the channel, which includes a free beard oil every month, which was ordered today. Sorry, it got ordered on the 3rd, but most likely it'll probably go out tomorrow. The link in the chat is anybody that wants to join on screen. Yeah, Jared, not in your boxers. Please don't join. Nobody has to join. But yeah, Matt. Okay, so there you go, Matt. Like right now I'm streaming free, but if you want all the paid stuff, it's $15 a month or you can pay for a year membership. Like, I don't know. To me, it seems better at this point. I just wanted to test it before I paid for it, and my StreamYard's good to go for the month. So I'll probably start with this next month and just kind of see. I want to use like OBS and stuff, but it's so much harder to bring in guests when you can't just share a link and it's like, hey, you got to get on Skype and then we can share it through OBS or we can do this through OBS. And it's just trying to, like, you can do so much more cool things with OBS, and I probably will get to OBS because with OBS, we could do fun things in the chat. Like you guys can play a game in the chat on OBS, which is super cool. And we can also do giveaways differently through there. Okay, so I have a guest. Let's try it out and see how this works. And it probably won't be a surprise. If you watch the Beardies, you saw my amazing co-host, and his name was Mason. And he's coming back here a week later. I think it's a week later to join. Let's try this out. Let's see how it goes. Whoa, hey, there's Mason. How you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Okay, I don't
hear
me.
How are you? Can you hear me?
No.
No?
I don't hear Mason because of it.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so OBS is just another streaming platform. That's a little bit more complicated, but you can do awesome, crazy things with it. But oh, hey, what's up, Clint? How you doing, man? New stuff looks pretty good. So, how you doing tonight, man? How the twins? Man, you look crispy on here too. I like this.
Always crispy.
How the kids feeling, man?
Good. Galley's back to normal. She had, Rosalie or Rosalie. I don't know. Basically, it's like your child gets a fever. It's a viral infection, and then after the fever dies out, they get like a diffuse rash all over their body. So apparently it's benign, but it's interesting. So she's good now, back to herself, playing. Her sister didn't get it, fortunately. So they're good. They're asleep.
Is it like the first? Like they probably went through a few nights of not sleeping very good, I suppose, huh?
Well, they're still in. It'll probably be another like month or two before I get them back into appropriate sleep schedules. Because I've been this is like day 5 of being up at 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't handle that. Like, I can handle 5 or 6, but 3 a.m. That's like 3 a.m. is like the time to get up and pee and then go back to bed, not play with kids.
And that's the problem, because you have to go in and take care of this baby, and you don't have time to pee.
I guess one in each. Yeah, that wouldn't work, No.
What? Tyson's just gonna dangle it out there and be like, "I hope it hits."
Yeah, I don't know. It's going somewhere around here. So, how was your Christmas? I know we chatted a little bit on Christmas, and you got a couple pianos for the kids. So, what's the update on that story?
We finally have a spot for them to go. So my mom sent 2 early, like in early November. Subsequently, we Googled the name on the outside of the packages and found out that we were getting mini baby grand pianos. And they're non-tunable, so they sound perfect. And they're getting better at playing them. They used to just go like mash a couple keys. Now they'll actually like hit a couple buttons instead of just punching the piano. But it is not something I would wish upon any of you at this juncture.
Yeah,
let's just put it like that.
It took me a lot longer to realize a key parenting decision, and that is buy toys that do not make sound. And it took me forever to figure that out. I don't know why I didn't know that right away. And that's like one of my biggest pieces of advice to new parents is don't buy toys that make sound. I mean, really, just let them play with the pots and pans because toys that make sound, you have to buy batteries, and they get more annoying than pots and pans, and it's just really, it's crazy.
So the pots and pans drawer is another fun story, or another fun, not story, but a hobby for them. They love unloading it, and I load it back, and they pull open the drawer and take it all back out again. You know the story, but how it goes.
Yeah, and we talked about that, right? And we came up with the conclusion that letting kids play with pots and pans is a good thing. So, I mean, it's a pain to clean up, but they're making science and don't mess with the kids' science, you know? I mean, they're learning. They're causing cause and effect and all those other things. And, Aubrey got to learn today, when she does something and creates the cause, the effect could be a spanking, I mean, it's
Ooh.
one of those things, and she got to discover that one today. And it is just, I think, the holiday Christmas break blues, and I think she's bored and knows she has to go back to school tomorrow and bored, but doesn't want to go back to school. It's does anybody else facing that with their kids of like Christmas break's been too long now and the kids are bored, but they don't want to go back to school, but they really need to? I don't know. We're sending our kids to school here, so I assume there's probably a lot of people that aren't sending kids to school or maybe doing homeschooling. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure our schools are still shut down for right now. But our surge in New Mexico was pretty rough.
Yeah, we have we're calming down a little bit. We're like one of the worst in the country, but I would imagine after the holidays we're going to spike back up because we're so conservative here. Nobody really follows the rules, so nobody was doing FaceTime or anything like that for Christmases. They were all doing Christmases like normal. So I'd imagine we'll have a spike in cases here in a couple of weeks, so.
I think it's about a 2 week delay. So hopefully by
Yeah.
the middle of January, if there's nothing, it'll be good. Um, I was reading kind of like not a study, but just like a review of history, and I think the last major pandemic like this, or at least the one that they were saying it was modeling after, was like in the early 1900s, and so the data, is of course very good. But that there was that spike in May. It was very similar. There's a spike before the summer, a spike before winter, and then one more like little spike in early, like around March, early spring. So if anything, there might be one little more, I hope, or nothing would be nice too, especially with the vaccine coming out. But, you know, if history repeats itself, it should be almost done.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, for you having to work in that environment more often, that's crazy. Because I mean, I imagine as a pharmacist and what you do on in your level, like you have a lot that changed with COVID too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a good answer. Yeah, the facial expression said it all.
Yeah. Like, don't even get me started. And then, because I went from staffing to management in July, so I did, the first surge I was staffing, and then the second surge I was doing, planning and designing, helping design the COVID units, and helping just basically disaster plan like every single day.
Mhm.
And it was, to say the least, nightmarish. But a lot of people doing a lot of important work and making a lot of sacrifices for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I mean, at our hospital here, they continue to open up new rooms for COVID, and it's just crazy. And sometimes it's nice just to not even turn on the news. Like that was so like December. I kind of contributed December to like my checkout month. Like I was just checking out and trying to just gather myself and my life and my head back up because you watch the news and you're paying attention. You know, you kind of have the news on more because of the election and all that stuff, and you just see more and more, and then all this stuff is happening, and at the beginning of the month, uh, you know, we saw a pedestrian get hit and killed. Or, we saw that there was just a shooting at our Walmart, and that never happens. Like we're a pretty small town, and like you're starting to see more and more of this stuff going on in person. And then you watch the news, and it's all negative. And then, in the place that you're hanging out and talking to, there's a lot of negativity and things like that. And it's just like, okay, we just need to like center ourselves. And the way I do that is I mess around in the studio. I turn stuff off. I start a new YouTube channel. I start playing with tech stuff. I start staining desks and building cabinets and everything else, and just kind of check out of things for a little bit and get my mind focused in other areas. And we got some good time with Aubrey and good time with my parents, which I mean, I haven't seen my parents in person since COVID started at the beginning of last year. So being able to go see them over Christmas was really nice. And so it's been kind of one of those things. And the way that my job works is like December's kind of like you're supposed to work and it's like blackout, you can't take vacation, but at the same time it's like everybody above you in HR and all the higher ups in the company, they're all on vacation because if you don't work with a direct store, like you ain't got nothing to do. But then it's like they've had this plan in place, like they're all sitting around making this plan up because come tomorrow it's going to be conference call, conference call, conference call, conference call. Oh, here's what we're doing for this year. This is what we're doing for this year, this year, this year. And it's going to become like everybody running around with their like chickens with their heads cut off. So it's kind of like you kind of just try to check out a little bit in December and come back in January focused and ready to go. And I mean, this is my 10th year working for the companies, and it's taken me 10 years to figure that out because usually I'm just another month. But this year I was just like, nope, I'm kind of checking out and going away with it because it's kind of what you have to do to stay sane because there's no downtime. It's going to get busy here this week with the corporate side of things. So when sales are slow, corporate side is busy. When corporate side's slow, sales are busy. So it's just always going, and then you get into a new year and it's like you got yearly reports and audits and all that crazy stuff to think about. It's like, okay, let's just fast forward to July at this point, get all that stuff out of the way. But
no, I hear
you. But you don't want to. You try to. The saying, time really does seem to go faster with the older you get. And so it's just kind of like you try to, you can't stop time, but it seems like it goes faster the older you get. So you try to really take in the moments of with the kids or with the family because life has just gotten so hectic lately that those moments, when we were kids growing up, sitting around the dinner table, like, it doesn't seem like that's a thing anymore. It just seems like schedules and everything is so hectic that it's just like grab a bite here, and get back at it. So try to calm that stuff down as much as you can when you can, because you never know what life is going to throw at you. So it's been
interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And then so like I've been like going to the chiropractor for like 2 years because I get weird neck pains and migraines and stuff, and I've always just gone to the chiropractor because I guess that's just what you do, and it's never really seemed to help too much. But I mean, the chiropractor always feels good, whether you believe in them or not. It's relaxing and they massage you a little bit and it feels good. But I was recommended to like a sports injury recovery. I don't know. I'm losing.
Yeah.
It's late here.
Sports medicine.
Yeah. And so I go there and they like take like pictures and measurements and they x-rays and they do all this stuff. And they come out and they're like, okay, so here's how a spine is supposed to look, and it's got the curvature and the neck kind of curves up, and they have like a degree marker there, and it's like 40 degrees. The neck is supposed to, like, the spine's supposed to be like a 40-degree bend in the neck. And they're like, now here's yours. And they show me, and it's like my spine is completely straight up and down as to where it's supposed to be back 40 degrees. So, like, that's causing all this tension in the back of your neck with the muscles and with all this stuff. So, um, yeah, so I've been like 3 times a week to the sports medicine place, and they put me on this table. I can't think of the correct term for it right now because it's just doesn't make sense. But they put me on this table, and then they like strap your head into this thing. So you're laying on your back. They strap your head into this thing. They lift it like off the table and pull it at the same time. And you just have to sit there for like 20 minutes of having your spine pulled in a direction it doesn't want to go. And they're like, give us 3 months. I can guarantee you your spine will be where it's supposed to be in 3 months. I was like, all right, let's do it. Like, let's do this out and see. So I did the first week last week, 3 days, and they were closed on the first. So I went Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And by Thursday night, I was like, I can't move. I can't sleep. I can't do anything. Like, this is awful. But I feel pretty good today. So we'll see, going back tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday for the next 3 months, how it goes. But I'm excited to see, what results come from that, to see if it actually like does realign your spine. And, then all these things like, well, you should get this office chair and this office chair because, you sit so much for work and you drive so much for work. It's like, you should have this, this, and this, and work on your posture. And I mean, working on posture, I mean, that's something that we've all learned that in elementary and middle school, right? Like how to posture and type correctly and all this stuff. But like, after sitting for 20 minutes, you kind of just start slumping and start slumping and start slumping. Next thing you know, you're just kind of slumping over just to be comfortable, and your muscles get wore out from holding you up. And it's super crazy. So I'm interested to see how this all works out. Because if it works out good, then, I mean, they are contracted with the police department and the fire department in the town. So I would assume they're decent.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's really interesting how once you start getting into like specialties like that for like a sports medicine and rehab, how like medieval some of their contraptions get. Because we're literally talking about like we're just gonna pop your head off your body for a minute and decompress your spine. It's just uh it's just it almost sounds like a torture device
Oh,
when you
it
think
feels
about
like
it.
a torture device. Yeah, it does. It really is. I'm just like, how many minutes? Like, I can barely swallow here because they got like this loop on the back of your neck, and it's like pulling your neck, like it's like holding your neck up off the table. And then you have like I just call it a muzzle, but you have that on, and it's like pulling your head off of your shoulders. So you're like being pulled off your shoulders and up. And I would say it's kind of the same thing probably as an inversion table, or same concept, but a lot more pressure because you're not just hanging it upside down. It's more like forcefully pulling your head away from your body. So
Hmm. Sounds
I don't know.
delightful.
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. So
Do they give
I
you a
don't know.
shot before they do it?
No,
Like,
they should. They give me a foam roller and they say roll out, and then they give you like lacrosse balls, and you have to work these lacrosse balls around on your body, which hurt more than the torture device. So I don't know. It's okay. All right, Tyson. Sorry, brother. Got to get some sleep up tomorrow. First day back, 13. Talk to you soon. Mason, nice to see you. How's your new logo, by the way? Oh man. First of all, Matt, I love you. Thanks for joining. Hope you have a good first day back at school. I'm sure we'll catch up this week on some FaceTime. But the new logo looks awesome. I'm excited for the new sports show. The new logo is like eye-catching, black and white. It looks good. It looks just like you, man. Like whoever did that took it right from your face. Just like took your face, flattened it out, made it black and white, put it on a logo. It's epic. So, what new? Did you get any new beard products or anything during this holiday season?
so let's see here. What did I get? I got I got sent a care package from Bucking Beards. Um, I've been talking to that gentleman Eric since I don't know August or something like that. And he finally just launched, I think on the 23rd of December. So he sent me some stuff. Trying to think about what else I got. I think I got some stuff. I got F2020, which came in, beginning of December, and oh, I got Nightfall oil from which is the only way it comes from Copper Johns, which is a nice cologne scent. Yeah,
Yeah, I love Nightfall. It's a good one too.
yeah, definitely. And I think that was about it. As for beer stuff, I'm not really buying a lot at the minute, unfortunately. I do want to invest in some sudden death or some death grip mustache wax. I have one of the vintage grooming, like their light hold that I got as part of a set. But I notice if I really want to get it up and get it to stay, I'm gonna need something a little bit more tacky. So
Yeah, see, and I've never found like a mustache wax that works really good for me. It just throughout the day it all falls. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going with trying to curl it up. I'm just gonna start letting it go down and just, I don't know. I go back and forth. Like I just trimmed my mustache and trimmed 3 inches off my beard, and I actually like the way it looks a little bit shorter. Um, it just seems easier to maintain, easier to style, a little bit fuller. But I'm kind of interested to see how it'll grow back out because I've never trimmed any of it off
interesting.
before. So kind of interested to see if that does anything for the growth. But I've always had that like I can never really get it past 6 inches. It always just like gets to 6 inches and then just stays there. So I figure with like trimming uh 3 inches off of it that maybe it'll help like kind of stimulate something and get it back to I want to see if I can get over that 6 inch mark. But I also have a lot of work meetings coming up. So it's like, okay, I have like beginning of the year always brings in a ton of work meetings. So it's like I should probably just business it a little bit instead of, and it was kind of like, well, either take 3 inches off the beard or figure something out with my hair. And I'm not ready to give up on the man bun quite yet. So I figured, all right, let's shape up the beard a little bit and see what happens here. But
You could always
winter,
just increase your collection of fine hats.
yeah, see, and I could go get the other hat, but I kind of like this one for headphones. And winter is like really tough too because it's so cold here all the time. You're always wearing a coat, and if it freaking hurts to get to zip up your beard in the coat,
Oh,
and or like you turn your head and beard hair gets caught in the zipper of the coat. And so I'm just kind of like, I can't go without wearing a coat because it's just too cold and I don't like the cold. So it's like maybe I'll trim it up a little bit for the winter season here and see what happens. So
yeah. So what I found with trimming my beard, I did it in August, and then I had my little beard trim series, where I had eventually, shaved it off, was that because all of your hairs grow at different rates, and um, some are in different cycles. If you trim to like a certain like level, um, you give them the chance to all start growing out evenly or growing out. Basically, you can increase density or the look of density, the illusion of density. And I noticed that a lot in my cheeks because my you can see growing in. It's all growing in nice and white, trashy, and handlebar or not handlebar, but chin strappy right now. It's just a genetic thing, but yeah. So if I trim this out and let my cheeks catch up, then I get a good proportion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense because when your beard starts getting longer and you got hairs that are different lengths, I mean, that's where the transparency at the bottom starts coming in, right? So you trim off the transparency, and basically what that's doing is getting the hairs all more similar back to the same length, which creates that denser, fuller look. Like when I let mine get down to here, like this part is pretty dense. You can see my button through my shirt, things like that. But up here, like when it's like this, it's a lot thicker, and so we'll see if any of those grow out. Mick, um, I don't think it's auto muting. It's not showing me it is, but it's highlighting with a yellow box who's talking, so it might be auto muting. I'm not 100% sure. It might be focusing the audio on the person that's talking. I mute my mic when I vape. I mute it manually, so you guys don't have to listen to that. But I don't think it's auto muting that I know of. Oh, and Captain Stash. Yeah, I got some Captain Stash coming. I got some Captain Stash. I got notification today, so I saw. He just looked. He just launched a bunch of a new carrier blend, new labels, the candles, and all that stuff. So we're gonna be doing a review for Clint, and Clint is probably. I'm not just saying this because he's in here, but I am at the same time because he's in here. One of the coolest guys that I've ever met. And it's, like I heard one time, I heard that he was a paramedic or in that field, and I never talked to him in my life, but I knew a paramedic that needed some help with studying. And I was just like, you know what? I know that Captain Stash guy is a paramedic. So I just sent him a message and he's like, hey, video chat me. And we sat on video chat for like 2 hours or something like that, talking not even about beard stuff, about paramedic stuff, and just sent over a study guide and everything like that. And then, we started doing beard stuff after that, basically. And funny story, I had a candle of his that it smelled amazing. It was awesome. I had an accident with it and like almost burnt down my studio. And I sent him a picture, and it was just it sucked at the time, but it's funny looking back on now. And Clint, I sanded my desk down this weekend and restained it so you can't tell anymore, which is awesome. But just an amazing guy, and I think super beneficial to the community. I'm pumped to try the new blend because we talked about that a little bit too. And he's got some awesome candles, and I've really been getting into candles. More so not in the studio. Like I really like to have them in the studio when I'm working, but there's so many scents in here. It's like you walk in the studio and it already smells like a million different things from all the beard oil that's in here. But down in the kitchen and living room, I like to try out these. I like to try out these beard companies candles because like you go to like Bath and Body Works and stuff, and you get candles, and it's like if you have allergies, like sometimes the allergies and stuff, like those candles like can make my allergies like act up or get a headache, but it never happens with like beard companies candles. Hey Cody, what's up, man? How you doing? Appreciate your comment the other day. That really meant a lot to me. So hope you're having a good weekend. What's up, Russ? How you doing, man? Let's see. As far as getting anything new over Christmas, no. I really made this Christmas about Aubrey and trying to get expenses and everything like situated into 2021 because I had to get a company car for work, which means I lose a lot of like personal mileage money. So just trying to make sure like everything is squared away because I want to make sure at the end of everything that Aubrey's taken care of, and that's the most important thing. And I started a new YouTube channel, which if you guys want to subscribe, you can. I'm not asking anybody to subscribe because I don't want subscription. If you're not going to watch, don't subscribe because it doesn't help, but it's on tech stuff. So it'll be a lot of tech reviews or how-tos. There'll probably be some YouTube how-tos in there if you're an aspiring YouTuber. I'll probably do some stuff, but I only have one video right now. on the channel, but I wanted to get the channel created and do it kind of right from the beginning. So, like, I spent a lot of time creating the logo and the color scheme that I wanted to use, and things like that. So, um, yeah, I can link it. Give me a second. I'll just keep talking and go find the link and link the channel in the comments if you guys want to subscribe. But so
Did,
it's just been, I put out one video because the video I really wanted to do right away was I wanted to do the new graphics cards that are coming out right now, AMD versus Nvidia. They're having a graphics card war. They're impossible to get. Nobody can get them. I happen to get one. And so I was like, sweet, I'm going to do like a comparison between my old graphics card and this new graphics card. It's going to get a ton of hits and views. And then, all as it always does when you're trying to do something, things just went awry and it didn't really get to make it the way I wanted to, but I still put one out. And then I decided, okay, this was a freaking $1,200 graphics card. I am returning this because it doesn't, like, when I did the comparison, it was like barely better than the $400 graphics card that I have. So I was like, no, this is stupid. I'm not doing this. And then I ordered a different one, but that one's like super duper on back order. So I don't even know when I'll get it. And when I get it, then I'll post that, make that video. But here's the channel link if you want to subscribe. Like I said, if you're not going to watch the videos, don't subscribe. But if you're into technology and stuff like that, you can go ahead and subscribe. So I just put it in there, and it's just my name. Tyson Wald is the channel name. It's what a lot of big tech people kind of do, is just their name. And hey, Scott, what's up, man? How you doing? I hope you have had a good holiday season. Hope you and Mandy are well and ready for this new year. Appreciate you and everything that you do and the comments that you make. It's super appreciated.
so one thing I'm noticing about this melon is my stream chat doesn't work
So
on
you
my
can't
end.
see a chat?
No, this is on a mobile phone, I will say.
Okay.
So there is that downfall. But yeah, I have the private chat, which pops up and I can do all those fun things. But when I go to the stream chat, it's blank, it's empty. Again, on a computer, maybe that'll be different. But that's something I would, we'll have to test out
Yeah,
at some
keep in
point.
mind, because it's definitely, it's straight pulling. Like, I use the dark theme on YouTube, and it's even pulling the dark theme over in the
Wow.
comments, but nowhere else. So it's like pulling directly from YouTube,
But do
which
you have to have
is
YouTube open for it to pull?
I don't
Interesting.
think so. So I don't know. And yeah, and it looks like, okay, so yeah, the free version only allows 2 people on screen also. Yeah.
Hmm.
Which is fine. I mean, I have no problem paying for it. I paid for StreamYard, but I mean, if you don't want to pay, I mean, there's some slight differences in there. But other than that, with Christmas and holidays, I got a bigger hard drive for my computer and decided it was the C drive one. So I didn't want to lose everything and re-download Windows. So I was trying to clone it. And that turned into like a bigger task than I thought it was going to be, but I got it all worked out. So I got like a super duper fast hard drive that I'm super stoked about. And then I sanded down my desk. I did some more work in the studio just to get it, like, I want it to be multi-purpose, like I want to be at this angle and still be able to show off beard stuff, but not have the whole studio just be beard. So like with a tech review, I can have the desk behind me and just some lights, but be able to still look professional and techy at the same time. And so that's where, like, on a lot of the YouTubers now, like in the beard world, you see like blue lights and like colorful lights in the background, which is really like the gaming atmosphere type of thing. But if you get into like the technology atmosphere, it's more cinematic, kind of like what I have now, where it's just more real, more natural. And so tends to be the way that I've been shooting. But it seems like people really, really like the bright colorful blue and stuff in the background. I don't know. Like I did, but I kind of like cinematic a little bit more because it looks more real and professional, I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
And
and then I discovered shorts. Like have you heard about YouTube shorts?
I've seen yours. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what the trend is, but I've seen a couple of yours so far.
Yeah, and like I heard about it when YouTube first launched it, and then I was just kind of like, I don't know, because I kind of feel like, okay, if I'm filling my channel up with a bunch of these little 1 minute short things, I was just gonna, I didn't really buy in right away. And then I was watching a live stream the other day from some big wigs, and they were talking about like how to actually grow with shorts. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a couple shorts and just see what happens. And like I made a short, literally a short that said how to apply beard oil, and shorts have to be less than a minute long, and you just say hashtag shorts and it puts them in the short folders on YouTube. And I just made one as I jumped out of the shower in my bathroom with my cell phone, like, hey, here's how you apply beard oil. You put some drops in here and you get through your fingers, you rub it in your beard, making sure you get down to the skin, blah, blah, blah. Like a minute talk, hit upload on YouTube, put how to apply beard oil, hashtag shorts in the title, upload it. It's got almost 1,000 views in 2 days. I'm like, okay, well then, maybe these shorts are something worth checking into. So, I mean, I'll give away what my plan is. I don't really care if anybody wants to use it, use it. So I'm kind of thinking of a way to integrate like full length reviews with shorts. So maybe do like a short on like, hey, I'm reviewing Captain Stash today. Overall, this is what I think. For more in-depth view, click on the video, go to the channel and click on the most recent video, which will be the full-fledged Captain Stash review, something like that. But
Sorry.
you also don't really want to give away. Oh, you're good, dude.
Yeah, one sec. Let me close this door.
Like, I don't think you want to give away in your short. Like, the purpose isn't to give all the info in a minute. The purpose is to do something that's related to your channel to get them to go to your channel, right? So you don't want to be like, okay, I'm reviewing Captain Stash overall. It's really good. The oil feels good. I'm going to rate it out of 9 on a Faithful Ranker score and leave it at that. If you want to see the full in-depth review, click on the channel and watch the latest video. Like, I don't feel like that really accomplishes what you want to accomplish, So I think you kind of need to get into like, hey, I'm reviewing, like almost like your intro, and we're reviewing Captain Stash, and we're starting like right now. Head on over to the channel and click on the Captain Stash review to watch the full review. And so it's kind of almost like an advertisement for reviewing the Captain Stash, something like that. Like, I feel like that might be the key, but I don't really know. I think it's kind of something to play around with this year and see what you can do with it. So, yeah.
And that makes sense. You know what I mean? You're either, auto or not auto, but like self-hyping something you're going to be doing, or you are, suggesting things. Sorry about the dogs in the background.
Oh, you're good,
I was
dude.
going to mute.
Life happens. And then I've thought about like I'm either gonna like take the Faithful Ranker score and make another section for like the year, because now as going into my third year doing reviews, it's like the list gets long, and it's kind of like, okay, when did I review this company? Like, you have them ranked at an 8.8, but when did you review them? And I want it to be easy for everybody to see, because it might have been 2.5 years ago since I reviewed them, and they've changed a lot of things. So it's nice to have that clear right there of like, okay, he rated them at an 8.8, but he reviewed them in 2019. So, like a lot could have changed. It's an old review. Or I was also thinking about getting rid of numbers in general and doing like an average system of like, okay, so I'm going to rank this company, this butter, out as an average or an above average or an a well above average, almost like you're doing like a year-end review at work of like, how was the performance? Average, above average, well above average, or another thing, and just kind of like take it out. Because when you get, what I'm noticing is with all the numbers is there's so many companies at a 9 or a 9.1 that it's like the whole chart is filled up with nines, and I don't. It looks like somebody that is rated an 8.9 is really crappy because they're way down here on the list, but really they're in fourth place. There's just a
Right.
whole ton of companies at a 9. So then I thought like, okay, maybe I change it around to where it's like below average, average, above average, well above average, or something like that, and kind of rank it out that way. And then the company score is like well above average or average. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with saying this is your average beard company. I don't feel like that's a derogatory thing. I feel like they have good things. They're average with the 10,000 other companies out there, but they have things that they can improve upon, which I would explain in the video as well to get them to that above average or well above average type category.
Would you still keep all the same categories that went into the faithfully ranker score?
Yeah, I would think so. Until things become a little bit more popular, like candles. Like I think candles will probably be a big one this year. We're seeing a lot of people do candles, or maybe even like bar soaps. Until more people have it, it's. Yeah, I mean, I would say, oil. I always do oils, and that has like, the scent duration, the feel, the ingredients, the price, things like that all go into the oils. And then like balms and butters. And I don't know, maybe I'd get rid of balms, but I still feel like balms are super important, especially in the winter. Yeah, I don't see why I would really change any of the categories up. I think they're all still super relevant to what companies are doing. And hey, Cody, I appreciate that. I like how you don't want to conform to the way everyone does things. And that like, I think that's the key in a lot of things is the way things get invented, the way things happen is people aren't doing what everybody else is doing. They're doing something different. And I don't know if I was the first one to create a ranking system. I really don't, but I know I was one of the first ones. And now there's a decent amount of type ranking systems out there. I won't ever claim first for anything because I don't think there's really a way to figure out who first did something. I mean, that seems crazy to me, but I think if we do what everybody else wants to do or does, then you're just another person doing what everybody else does, and that just kind of creates the group mentality and the herd and stuff. So it's like I would rather just do what would attract me as a consumer and what I believe in, and go from there. And if people like it, awesome. Then I'm doing something different. And if they take the idea, awesome. Don't care. Like take the idea. If you can make it better, awesome. Just make it better. Then, I mean, that's how a lot of things happen. I mean, think about the way things were in the 90s. Like talk cell phones. I mean, look at the way the cell phones were in the 90s or early 2000s, let's say, compared to how they are now, or computers. I mean, only one person invented the computer. Everybody else has just made it better. They've taken that concept and made it way better because they've had better ideas or better exposure or better technology or anything like that. So, sorry, I went on a rampage there. I always do that.
You're fine. So I noticed you did a post today. How damn Yankee Candle? How is that candle?
If you ask Pete, he would say that, because I saw his candles and I'm doing some work with Pete. And so he's like, well, let me send you a candle to try out because I'm going to be reviewing them. He's like, what scent do you want? And I'm like, you know what? Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb. I love the beard oil. He's like, that's not a good scent in a candle. And I was like, I want to try it. He's like, it's too strong. I said, I want to try it. So I got it in. And yeah, it came in that box that I showed on Instagram. So it comes in a square box with a lid. It's like you're getting a top hat or something in a box. And you open it up and the candle's like wrapped up. And then there's cedar wood, chip shavings all over the place, which looks really cool. And then you pull out the candle and it's like in this clay jar, not even a jar. It's a clay handcrafted jar by somebody local to him that handcrafts it. And he got it in there just like that. I don't think it's too strong at all, Pete. It's not too strong. We like strong candles. We want to smell them. And it burned good. So I mean, I'm super impressed. And I know that's kind of the theme that his company is going to kind of take this year is like clay, natural type stuff. And so, um, yeah, I mean, the packaging was cool. Is it sustainable? I guess we'll find out because to me, it seems like it's going to be really expensive. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you either find a really good deal or you find something you're expensive and you're not making as much profit on, but that's business, I guess. So we'll figure out throughout the year if that was a good decision or not. But
And you said you had some candles from Clint. What do you have from Clint? Because man, I am kind of sad that the oatmeal stout scent that he had went out, or he decided to remove it. I guess it wasn't selling very good, but I love the scent on it. But he says they'll still have it in candles. I wasn't sure if that was one of the ones you have still or not.
I have spiced honey, which is by far my favorite. Um, and then I'm trying to look over right now. I just got done burning one. Clint might know it off of the top of his head which one I had. Like humidor. Was it a humidor scent? It was the humidor one, which I thought was really good too. I think the way he explained it to me, I think it was actually better, I think, than the way he explained it to me, honestly. But I like his new design and his candles. Yeah, Hemingway's humidor. Um, I really like his candles too. I mean, right now my tops for candles would be Captain Stash and Damn Yankee. Lux's candle's really good too. I really like Lux's new candle, but they're so hard to get, and he only does like 1 cent, and then they're super hard to get. And it's like I want to be able to go buy a candle when I want a candle, and I want to be able to pick a couple different scents to get, because I mean, I can burn candles from morning to sundown, and then 3 days later, your candle's gone. So it's like, I don't know.
So
Brandied pear
I don't have.
edges. Oh, brandied pear edges. I bet that's a good scent. That's probably a really good one. I don't
So I
know what
don't
I
have any
exactly have.
candles yet.
Yeah, you need candles. I don't know what I have coming from Clint for sure. I know he sent me his new oil blend, but I don't know what else. So whatever we're gonna do for a review, I guess. I know I'll be reviewing the candles along with soap and whatever he sent me today.
So bar soap is something that I've starting to get a little bit more into, honestly. Candles are cool, but bar soap, I like things that I can use. You know what I mean? I like that kind of aspect of products. Not to say you don't, like candles are they're passively using, but anyway. Um, but I got a bunch of bar soaps from. I got some from like Barn Brand. I got some from a newer company, Samson. I have one from Copper Johns that I haven't used yet. Um, I have ones from Ginger Beards, Beard Octane, and so on. Like I just have a
Yeah.
bunch of soaps, and it's just been really interesting to kind of play like, well, this one has like goat's milk in it, and this one has like oatmeal and honey in it, and then one of my favorites has it's blueberry, sage, and sea salt, and the scent's nice, but man, the feel it's how bar soaps can be kind of just stripping in nature.
Yeah.
Um, Man, this actually left nourishment. I was pretty impressed by that.
Now, whose was that?
So that's Barn Brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tex.
Yeah, I love soaps. I think the hard part is figuring out who makes their soap and who doesn't, right? So,
Right.
like, that's one thing. Like, I'm pretty obsessed with Clint's soaps, and I know he makes them, and he's got the women's line, which is awesome as well. Um, which is like you can use in the beard if you want. So to me, as a lazy guy, that comes in handy because it's like bar soap all over my whole body and wash it off and I'm done. And it feels good and it smells good. And that's kind of how I rate soaps because I don't know that I can ever really tell a difference between like, oh, this one dried me out a little bit more because our weather changes here so much. I mean, we could be 50% humidity one day and 10% the next day. So it's like, we're going through up and down of dryness at all times anyway. So trying to figure it out with a soap is super, super hard. So I kind of like to go with like ease of use, scent, and how long it lasts. Because some bar soaps, you put them in a tray or not, they get wet and they just start like disintegrating down into nothing, you know?
Right.
And it's like, if I'm going to pay for a bar soap, I kind of want it to last a little bit. But, you know, I mean, that's kind of, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, I guess, because we're talking candles and we're talking soaps. And candles, like, all they do is they just wither away. You know, in 3 days, they just wither away. But they smell good and they're therapeutic. But soaps, like, they clean you. So, I don't know. I think, I mean, for anybody that's going to pick up candles this week, I should have discount codes for all the companies we're talking about. So save yourself a little bit of money and use a discount code. But yeah, I know. I think soaps will probably take off this year at some point, whether they're handmade or ordered in bulk, which I have nothing against. I don't care. I know soaps are a pain to make. I just tend to like. I tend to like the art and craftsmanship that's in the company soaps that make the soaps. They do different colors, they do different designs, and then the way they break them is all the edge looks just really cool. You know, it looks cooler than just a precisely cut square or rectangle in a box. But yeah, I mean, Whiskey and Hardtack has good soap too. So, and soap's one of those things where, as a beer company, if we're looking at it from the company aspect, everybody needs soap. Men, women, everybody uses soap, whether it's a body wash liquid or it's a bar soap. We all buy soap. As a consumer, you know, it's again, everybody uses soap. So it's like, if I'm going to buy beard products, like, here, stick in a couple bars of soap for the wife to try out, or for the girlfriend or the spouse or whoever, and, you know, get away with it. You know, hey, honey, I bought you some soap, you know, or candle. You know, it all kind of goes hand in hand.
Now that's how you test a soap. Give it to your partner. See how it works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, rub this on your skin for a couple days, honey. Let's see if this destroys you or not.
Yeah. Well, now I'm interested. Clint said, I wish you could see the two I have curing right now. Oh, man. I wish I could, too. I mean, I could if you just send me a picture. I'll wait. Yeah. So it's it's going to be a fun year, I think. It's going to be more of a year about ingredients, which I know you and I really, really thrive on, is the science and the ingredients of stuff. So I think that's going to be a big thing this year. I don't know what scent's going to take over this year quite yet. I think 2020 is kind of the year of the oud. Like, it's just everywhere you turned was oud. But it tends to go in streaks. So I think there's going to be a new, scent that pops up this year somewhere. Maybe it'll be amber. I know amber's in a lot of stuff already, but maybe as more of like a highlight scent, amber.
Interesting.
Any beer companies that are listening, amber could be good as a primary scent. Like, let's take amber and make her the star of the show. Okay, Clint just sent me a photo. Let's check out this photo here.
Oh, it's fast.
Yeah, I guess he was. Oh, Clint, those are like Broncos colors, man. Okay, but this one's pretty cool. It looks like somebody took a bite out of it. I like the design of it. Can I show everybody on here? Like, are you cool with that, Clint, if I show the two pictures you just sent me? Let's see what he says. Bearded Mac dropped new soaps. I didn't see that, but I'll check into it. Okay.
Yeah, blue shirt bearded Alex, he posted some of those today.
So for all you Denver Broncos fans, here is the Broncos soap that he has curing right now.
Wow, looks cool.
So you got orange and blue swirls. That's pretty cool looking. And then this one, I like the design on this. Like, look at the design. It looks like somebody took a bite out of each corner of it.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, maybe that'd be a spot for like your pinky finger to like grab the bar and hold on and yeah, you know, it's a little gripping spot. I like it. So, what'd you say? Blue Shirt Bearded showed the
Yeah,
soaps for
yeah.
Bearded Mac?
Alex had a little Bearded Mac little soap display earlier today, I believe it was, or yesterday, or recently, anyways. But yeah, there's a lot of good soaps out there. Hey, you know how you say things happen, Tyson? Life happens. I hear
Kids are up.
babies screaming. I don't know if you can,
No,
but
I can hear them.
I'm gonna go take care of that, man.
Yeah. Hey,
All
thanks
right.
for joining in, man. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Good
Thanks
luck.
for having me on. All right. Thanks, everyone.
See you, man.
Later.
Yeah, Clint, you can link your website in here if you would like. I think it's just thecaptainstash.com. I'm not 100% sure though. So somebody will correct me because I don't think that's exactly right. But I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to let Clint get this. Okay, captainstash.com. Captainsstash.com. Amazing scents. I've heard good things from Mick about this new blend that he launched, so I'm excited to get it in my hands. Hopefully, it'll be here within the next 2 months, considering it's shipped USPS. And they're either hit or miss. Like sometimes they've been getting in here uh, in like 2 days, and then sometimes 2 months. So hopefully, it's a 2-dayer. But I'm excited to try out that new blend. The scents are really good. I do think I have a discount code with the Captain Stash already, but maybe I don't. I don't know. Do I have one, Clint? I don't know if I do right off the top of my head. If I do, it's either FB10 or FB15, I would say. But I don't recall if we've set one up yet. I got you 3-day, I believe. Oh, 3-day. Okay. Well, hopefully it works. That'll be awesome. Faithfully 15. Okay, so it's not FB. Okay, so Faithfully 15 and get you 15% off. So, do you guys want to see the candle? I'll go grab one if you want to look at it in person. Here, I'll be right back. Okay, because I have one right here. The women's line can be used in the beard because it's less. Well, I think he said both of them can be used in the beard, but the women's line is more moisturizing. Okay, so here's how the candle looks in person. Spiced honey, which is the best one, in my opinion. It smells like honey and spices. Kind of makes sense, right? I'd say the honey is probably more the scent that you're going to get when you're burning it as honey. And so there you go. Nice glass jar. This will burn all the way down to nothing left, is what I've experienced. So, really, really good candles. 6 ounces soy wax blend. And I guess for comparison, like this was the damn Yankee one. So they're roughly about the same size. This one looks a little bit bigger because it's clay. But as far as like actual candle inside is about the same. So I'd say they're like RDS man size candles, if you know. Yeah, jars ain't cheap, especially right now. Everything's going up in price. So, but check it out. I'm gonna jump off here now because I went late tonight, and Aubrey has school in the morning, so I want to get her to bed and settled and ready for school. And I have therapy first thing in the morning, and then I got to get back to work with all that good stuff. So I just kind of wanted to jump back in it and give you guys an opportunity to hang out and chat and tell you how much I appreciate you guys and that the show is going to be back. And I love all of you. And I just hope that in this new year, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions because I think you can start something anytime you want to start something. But I hope in this new year that we make it more about being who we are and not conforming to what other people want us to be. And if people don't like who you are, that's their problem, not yours. Be who you are, who you're meant to be, who God created you to be, and follow the path that you want to blaze for yourself and not what everybody else wants you to conform to. Because in that, we just become a group, we become a herd, and we become followers. And in order to blaze the trail and reach your goals, you got to blaze your own trail and be a leader. So lead your own way, have some fun along the way doing it. And until I see you guys on the next video, probably, or tomorrow, or on the next short that might be out tonight or tomorrow or whenever, just remember how much I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out.